Good morning. Great to be back with you. Yes, it is a Thursday. Just had to check where we are today. Yes, it is a Thursday, and you are with George at Growth Point Growing as you are going through life. Now, today we're going to be speaking about the Last Supper. Tomorrow is Good Friday. Today, Jesus broke bread with his disciples. Today, on that night, that Thursday night, before the terrible experience that he would face by taking your sin and my sin to the cross, he sits down and he breaks bread with his disciples. Why not you on this morning, even before you head out to work today, just take a moment, get a piece of bread out of the cupboard if you got bread. get some juice, any juice even if it's a glass of water, just put it aside and say, God, this I'm going to do in remembrance of you, your body broken, your cup again that sheds and washes my sin away, the blood. I look at this and I partake of it, knowing that you are my deliverer, that you have set me free, that you have cleansed me, and it's only your blood that can cleanse me. Your body was broken that I could be made whole. And today I come to that understanding. I step into that understanding that I am whole in Christ. Yes, things might be broken around me. Yes, I might feel like a life that is a puzzle being put together, but I thank you that you are putting me together, and you've done that some 2,000 years ago. You put me together. You see, Jesus spent his last night with his disciples, not planning his escape, but his departure that would take him to be nailed to a Roman cross. Just think of that today. Today, as you go through your day, of what Jesus was about to face on his Friday, on that Friday that we call a Good Friday. After Jesus' instructions of how to continue his message to the world that would reject him, by crucifying him on a cross, of how to serve those very people who would reject him as Messiah. Again, we stop for a moment and say, God, how am I able to be effective in a world that is broken by serving others around me with the good news of the gospel of the finished work of the cross? Jesus' last stop was the garden. Notice that. Where did the separation from man start? In the garden, right there in the beginning, when Adam was deceived by the serpent. Yet Jesus comes back into that garden, and there, as he knows what he's about to do and as what he's about to face, he says, Father, if it's all possible, let this cup pass from me. You see, Jesus' last stop, a reminder of the fall of Adam. Now he takes his place in the garden, and now he begins to pray. Luke 22:42 says, Father, he said, if you will take this cup of suffering away from me, not my will, however, but your will be done. Now he comes to God and he says, Father, it's not my will, but your will. But if there's any other way out, the Father must have sat with him at that moment, loved him, embraced him, and said, Son, there is no other way out but the way of the cross. And he says, Father, thank you. Now I'm ready. I'm ready to face. I'm ready to do. I'm ready to accomplish that what needs to be accomplished. Now I know that my strength is found in you. Come on, where is your strength found today? In who do you put your faith and trust in today? As you venture into this day, I want you to remind yourself throughout this day of what Jesus Christ was about to do on Friday. And I know we're going to come together and we're going to celebrate that what Jesus did some 2,000 years ago. You see, it was about the will of the Father that Jesus' last journey was again reminded. And there, he was led away to be executed like a raging mob that gathered around him, blinded by the God of this world. They shouted out together, crucify him. Like that innocent lamb on Passover night, a lamb that became part of the family, now would be taken, killed, its blood painted on the doorpost, allowing the death angel to pass over. Notice that. That is why we call it a Passover, because now the death angel passes over. Why? It recognizes that you and I have been washed in the blood of the Lamb. There, as he sits with his disciples, waiting, he is betrayed by a kiss. Jesus, like a lamb being led away to be slaughtered. Never once did he try to resist the cruel death that he was about to face. Jesus, our light that God in creation called for, once more would break the darkness that hung over his cross. He broke the power of darkness by declaring, "It is finished." I want you to remind yourself today that it is finished. It was a finished task that Jesus did for you and I. No man could do what only God could do, to reconcile man back to himself through his Son upon that cross of Calvary, where his blood was shed for you and I. Now I stand under this, the understanding of the finished work of the cross of Calvary. Come on, as you embrace the finished work, tomorrow, as we step into that, an understanding of what Jesus did for you and I at the cross of Calvary, we can rejoice, our sin dealt with.